Welcome back to the Mark III Cooper S. So I've kind of lost my mojo a little bit. I've been having so many problems with the car that I just feel like I can't be bothered. But I also want to get it finished. I've been to Bewley, picked up some bits, which I'll show you what I picked up in a minute. I've got a big problem with the carbs, a big problem, which I'm going to show you in detail in a minute as well. So look, the engine's not going to be running for a while, I think, because of the carbs. So I need to change the way I'm going to sort of do things and put the car together. So so the next stage, so there's bits on some panels that I need to flat back and then basically go through the same process Keith has done. It's not huge amounts, it's just little areas here and there. And so I'm gonna, which is stopping me from getting the headlights on, the indicators, the rear lights, the boot. So I'm gonna probably, I'm out tonight, so probably next week now. I'm gonna flat back the areas that need doing, get that all buffed out, so it's where I want it to be, because it's not quite there yet. For some reason the roof has sort of gone a bit funny, I don't know why, which I'll show you, but I'm sure there was plenty of paint, so I'm sure it will flat out, but I just want, before I put the mirrors on and stuff like that, I just want to, and the seam strips and stuff like that, I just want to make sure it's all that I'm happy with it all. So I'll just and I hate doing that. I really hate doing the flat and back, but it's got to be done. So I'll just show you what the issues are with that. So I'm not sure what's going to come up on the camera. The roof, I don't know. I can see that with my naked eye, but there's an area here that looks, I don't know, I can't explain it. It just looks, maybe it's just a bit flat, I don't know. Oh, you might pick it up there. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this. I mean, I can see it with my naked eye, but I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. But I'm not happy with it. When the sunlight is going to shine on that, when it's outside, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. There's also other little bits, like there's a very slight run there, which I'm going to flat out. I don't know how I've managed that. There seems to be a crease in the door, but I'm going to try and lever that out with a plastic tool. There's a little bit of a slump in the paint there, which I never noticed before, but generally the panels are okay, but I just want to give it a bit of a, even a light flat, and then bring it all back again before I fit all the lights and stuff. But the main parts are the roof, the door, and that A panel. The wings, I think, generally are okay. Just take that off. Yeah, there's a little bit of orange peel just on the wing, which I just want to get out a little bit more. It's not a great deal, but it's enough. It's just bothering me. So right, so I'm sure I spoke about this in part of this video at the beginning or a previous video, but I had the carbs on, had the engine running, couldn't get it was running, the revs were like 2,300 revs per minute, and then I noticed oil, and it was basically blowing out the chest cover there, so I still need to sort that, and so the carbs I'll go through in a sec. So interior is almost there. Obviously, once I've done the paintwork, then I will I'll just check all the windows are running okay, then I can get the door cards in, get the seats in. Everything's pretty much done on the inside, apart from things like pedals and pedal rubbers and stuff like that. So so it's just bits and pieces inside now. So yeah, so that's okay. I've still got to tighten up a lot of the subframe bits and so on, torque them up. So that's that. So yeah, Bewley. Let's get on with Bewley first. So I needed some bits and bobs. So the rear lights for this are original. But you see the pitting around the edges of the chrome. I mean, the lights are generally okay, even the plastic is okay, but the pitting was really bugging me. It's not so bad on that one, but it's still present. It's near the bottom and on the top. So yeah, so I did contemplate getting brand new ones from Mini Sport at Bewley, but I really wanted new old stock. So look what I found. They're not new old stock. I don't believe they are anyway. They are just old stock. The chrome isn't pitted. Oh, is it? There's a slight mark there, but they are 100. Yeah, 100%. No, so I say 100, 90%, 95% better than what's on the car already. So I'm pleased with that. The only problem is they were 160 quid for the pair. Yeah, compared to £70, no, £100 for the pair for brand new ones, but brand new is not what I wanted. So anyway, yeah, so that's the rear light sorted. I'm well happy with that. I needed, well, I've got the headlight bowls, but all the screws are all rusty. So I did buy some second-hand ones. The screws are all in it, they're not rusty, so I'll probably just use the screws, to be honest, because the actual headlamp bowls, they will clean up okay. It's just the rusty fixing points, and I think the rest of the lights are okay. So I won't put new lamps in yet. I got new door mirrors, just because. I mean, they're a bit grubby, greasy, but they are severely scratched. I can't say that they're the original. I don't know where. I can't remember whether. I don't think they were originally on the car. They were put on at the dealer, maybe. I don't think they were originally supplied with the car. So I've got new, you know, I know they're not new old stock, but I've got nice unscratched fresh ones, and they're going to look much better on the car than than the old one. So that's that. So I've got new mirrors. I've got some new hydroelastic pipe sleeves, if you like, protectors. They just go at, I think there's 20, 2, 4, 6, 8, there's 10 in the pack, so it's 5 on each side of the hydroelastic pipes, which I will stick on. I did have the old ones. These are from Nippy Cars online. They're always at Bewley, and they have some decent bits and bobs down there. So I've got those. I also got these stainless steel seam strip clips, which I think are much better than the non-stainless ones. I've used them before. Some people have said they're not as tight as normal steel ones, but I've not had a problem with them. They seem to grip quite well, and obviously they don't rust. So I've got those, and oh yeah, I know these are the original wheels for the Cooper S. I know that with the stainless hubcaps on them, but wandering around I saw a set of wheels and I thought, oh, they're lovely, they are. And I thought, and I walked around, kept going back to them, and then eventually I bought them, and I bought these. Now I don't actually know what they are. I'm sure someone will tell me. It didn't come with the centre caps, so I need to get some plain centre caps. I would assume they're very similar to the Dunlop D1s. So I'll need, I think the holes are the same size. Oh, I ain't gonna get it off yet. I'll try them, but yeah, so I need the centre caps, but I know they're not original, but I'm going to try them and see what they look like. If they don't work out, I can always put the original Cooper S wheels back on, or if I come to sell it, and if I do like them, and I'm happy with them, I'll drive around them, and then if I come to sell it, I can always sell it with those back on it. So very happy with that. I got them they were 350 quid. One had a tyre, the other 3 don't, but I'm not going to use the tyre anyway. I'm going to get some Dunlops on there. So yeah, very happy with that. They're in very good condition. I don't know if they've been refurbed, or I mean they look like they have, but yeah, but yeah, I really like them. I think they're very similar to the Dunlop D1s, just obviously more spokes on them. So yeah, that's my excitement of Bewley. So last but not least, so the carbs. So they were sent off, they were refurbed. No base setting was set on them at all. I don't know how they were sort of set or anything. I don't think they were set at all, to be honest. So I've put them on the car, started the car eventually. The choke don't seem to work very well, and I couldn't get the revs down. Even with adjusting anything, the revs weren't going down. And so let me get something I can lift the piston with. 26. Oh, you'll probably notice I've had a bit of a tidy up. It was really bad in here. I've thrown a load of stuff out, put everything in its place, so I've got a bit more space in here now. Yeah, so twin HS2s. So there is a lifting pin there, isn't there? Just that. Now I know they're not on the car, so I'm using the lifting pin to lift them. If I try and lift that, it does go all the way up and comes back down. Now I am pushing that lifting pin. You notice there, you'll have to excuse my terminology, I'm not, I can't remember what it's called. So this piston does not move without force. Now I have taken this off, I have taken the needle out, and the needle is bent. So when they were put back together, the locating something wasn't or it wasn't located properly or centralized. So a lot of you know what I'm talking about. So I've got a bent needle. Other problems I had when I took the dampers out. Now that when I'm pulling that, there was oil in that, but that is scraping on something. Like there's scores, like there's grit in there. There's something very wrong in that hole, and I'll show you what that's done. I've had to put a new damper pin in, whatever they're called. So if you can hear that, turn the volume up. You can hear that there's obviously oil in there, and it's nice and smooth. So that's great. This one, I am really struggling. Now this is the third one I've put in there. Again, I don't know how well that's going to come up. Can you see the scoring on the brass collet? Something has gone on inside there that is causing. Look, I'm having to force that in, and that I can feel. It's almost like there's grit in there. So there's other things wrong. There's what else was wrong? So the adjustment screws are nowhere near where they should be, and I'm if I'm honest, I'm not confident enough to take these apart and refurb them myself. I've had a look into it. I have looked at it, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I can't get my head around it. I'm struggling. So I've got two options. As far as I'm concerned, they need rebuilding properly, and I need to find someone that is going to do them properly. So this could take a while. I'm sure that any bigger carb builders are going to be busy, and as much as I want to have them back in a week or so, I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, I'm really annoyed about that. Just things aren't right with it, and until I can get them sorted, I can't do the timing on the car, and the timing's slightly out, so I think it's too far advanced, retarded.
Right then, quick intermission. So I didn't actually realise Mark was having a problem with the carburetors. It was literally only I was editing the videos and saw Mark was having a problem. So I quickly messaged Mark and I said, Mark, just send the carburetors up to me. and I'll rebuild them myself. So Mark bought the carbs up. I fully stripped them down. Now these have been rebuilt. Someone has rebuilt these. There's all the, as you can see, that's what I've taken out. So you can see it's all new stuff. But these carburetors, I'm almost certain, had been shot blasted, and shot blasted inside and out. All the components inside the carburetor had been shot blasted too, not just the outsides. I'm pretty sure it's been shot blasted just by the finish you can see on everything, or it's been media blasted anyway. So I stripped them down. We actually had bent needles on both sides. This carburetor on this side wasn't too bad, to be honest, but there was still a little bit of a bend in the needle. This side was definitely bent, and I think they were bent because the jets had not been centered. So these jets, you have to get them centered up perfectly, otherwise the dash pot does not return all the way. They get jammed on the way down. So they've both been centered perfectly now. Also, this carburetor, as Mark suspected, the plunger inside, that was full of grit. It is probably sand or media that, I don't know, they might have been cleaned out, but definitely a bit was left in there, and that's why the plunger would not go down inside the dash pot. Again, this side okay, but then the float chamber on this side had sand in the bottom of it as well, or media in there. So I fully rebuilt them now. While we were at it, we've polished up the dash pots again. Again, that's why I think it's been media blasted or sandblasted, because you'd see in the video, they were a matte dull finish, and they were polished up like that before. So to get them matte like that, it's not like, I don't think it's like they've been vapor blasted. But anyway, they're all done now, all good, all nice and free, all set back to base settings. Hopefully that should be a case of just chucking them on the car now, starting it up, little bit of a tweak on the mixture maybe, get the timing right, and Mark will be all good again. Now, I didn't film rebuilding them because I know Mark wanted them pretty quickly, or as quick as we can, so he dropped them up to me. I literally got on it straight away so he can have them back as soon as possible and we can get the Cooper S running. So anyway, intermission over, let's go back to Mark.
So yeah, what I'll do is get the ERA out and get that moved over here, so I can just kind of roll that out off of the ramp, because I've got better lighting here. You can obviously see the difference in, although I've got sunlight coming through there, there's a lot more bright LEDs here. So yeah, so you'll have to bear with us. I did want it to get it done, get it all finished, but those carbs have really knackered me, and it's very disappointing. So yeah, so next thing will be wet flat, polish, get all the external bits on, lights, finish the interior bits, then I've just got to wait for the carbs then. So I'll update you when I know a bit more on them, but it's very frustrating. And whilst having a clear out, I have got here, which I think it is, I believe it's a left-hand drive Mark 1 heater. If the reason I say that is because the outlets are on this side, and on the Mark 1 on the Magic, they're actually on the other end. So I'm led to believe it's a left-hand drive. So if I'm not going to put it on eBay, I might put it on the Facebook groups, but if anyone is interested or knows anyone that needs a left-hand fan, or left-hand drive fan, then let us know, and I will talk to you. Right, so yeah, sorry for waffling on and all the problems, but might as well be open and honest, and yeah, hopefully we'll be back on track soon. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.